on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com. The search operation for a missing 19-year-old woman will now include an organization that specializes in finding missing people. We'll tell you who's joining in as we continue to follow the disappearance of Amanda Stevenson. And Hamas militants have freed a 4-year-old American girl taken hostage during the militant group's raid on Israel on October 7th. We'll tell you what's next for little Abigail as she returns to safety. And we're feeling the effects of the war between Israel and Hamas right here in America. In Vermont, a man shot 3 Palestinian students over the weekend. We have their conditions.
And it's going to be a cool next couple of days, but we're going to be warming up right back to some nice weather this weekend. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
The Texans and Jaguars battle it out for first in the division. I'll have that in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Estrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 27th day of November 2023. The time is now 6:31 on our Monday morning. I was going back in time.
Oh.
And it's National Turtle Adoption Day. I got to give a shout out to the one turtle in my life. I haven't seen you in a while. Mildew.
Mildew. That's a fun name. I like that name.
It's pretty fun. Russell's mom, Linda, she takes care of Mildew.
Aw.
Shout out to Mildew.
Say the only turtle I know is Crush from Finding Nemo. He's loving the sick weather, dude.
What is that current he rides? It's like a...
Yeah, the Atlantic Current, North Atlantic Current.
It's a very cool movie.
Yeah, very powerful current. In fact, I think that something little funny little weather extra for you today is actually that current is starting to break down, but we'll probably be talking about that over the next few weeks because that is a pretty important story. But if you're waking up this morning, folks, if you're just tuning in, a little cool to start out your morning. Take a live look at North Victoria where, like I said, a little chilly starting out the day, 47 degrees that morning temperature out there starting out your day, but a dew point of 33 because we just had that cold front that came through yesterday. Got the humidity only at 59%, so it's a little more dry than what we're used to, but that's just because that front came through. It's not too bad though. We're going to be warming up only into the 50s today because that cold front came running through yesterday. Only a few degree temperature change today. Cool afternoon this afternoon, but then we're going to be dropping right back to the 40s overnight. But then tomorrow is kind of the first day of sort of like a little warm up trek we'll have over the next few days. Tomorrow's the first day we're going to be in the 60s ahead of the 70s coming this weekend. We'll take a look at that a little bit because like I said, that cold front really came running through yesterday, but so along the coast, really the immediate coastline is going to experience some really windy conditions today, probably in the 20-mile-an-hour range sustained, but those gusts will probably be up to 25, and then those winds will be cutting out probably by the late afternoon today. We're going to take a look at the big picture here because we've got that high pressure system that actually kind of reinforced all that cold air that came through with that cold front off of that low. That's what gave us the cold front, is that big low up there in the northeast, stirring up a lot of trouble up there for any kind of travel planes. But we're going to have this other low make landfall in California and quickly traverse right over the mountains, redevelop in the Panhandle, giving us a shot at some showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. And we'll take a look at that and those warm temperatures coming this weekend and more in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. An organization dedicated to searching for missing persons has joined in the search for 19-year-old Amanda Stevenson. Stevenson disappeared Sunday, November 19th. The organization Texas EquiSearch approved joining the investigation after speaking with Stevenson's mother. The Victoria community wants answers on her disappearance. Search parties have organized through social media to find her. If you have information on Amanda, please contact Victoria Crime Stoppers at 361-572-4200. A 4-year-old American girl, Abigail Adan, was released by Hamas militants after being held hostage for 51 days. Abigail was handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza Sunday and is now in the hands of the Israeli Defense Forces, who are transporting her back to Israel, where she will receive a medical checkup and be reunited with family members. She is the first American citizen to be released by Hamas after being taken hostage during the militant group's raid on Israel on October the 7th. That left 1,200 people dead, including both of Abigail's parents. Abigail turned 4 while being held hostage. We'll go to Washington for the latest on the hostage deal later on Sunrise. Authorities in Burlington, Vermont are investigating the shooting of 3 students of Palestinian descent. The men were walking to a home on Burlington Street Saturday night when they were confronted by a man with a handgun who shot at least 4 rounds without speaking. Authorities think the suspect may have fled on foot. Police have confirmed all 3 victims are Palestinian. 2 of them are U.S. citizens, while the other is a legal resident. The victims are all receiving treatment at the University of Vermont Medical Center. 2 are reportedly in a stable condition, and 1 sustained more serious injuries. On November 22nd, an occupant of a vehicle shot himself during a traffic stop with Victoria Police. This morning, we're looking into the incident and have requested more information from VPD. The shooting happened in the 900 block of Ball Airport Road. We've learned the victim has since died from their injuries and have asked for that person's name. Now to new allegations against the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. Meta accused of targeting children for their data. The claims are coming to light in newly unsealed court documents.
Morning, social media giant Meta, owner of Facebook and Instagram, is accused of violating federal laws on children's privacy. A lawsuit now claims 1.1 million kids under age 13 have signed up for Instagram since 2019, despite a policy banning kids under 13. And the lawsuit claims knowledge of those accounts is an open secret that is routinely documented at Meta.
According to the complaint by multiple states, Meta not only knew that they were recording information and tracking children under the age of 13, but after parents complained, they still did little to nothing about it.
The legal complaint, filed by attorneys general in 33 states, alleges Instagram coveted and pursued users who were under 13 without parental permission, disabling only a fraction of those underage accounts. In response, Meta tells ABC News, "We have measures in place to remove these accounts when we identify them. However, verifying the age of people online is a complex industry challenge." The allegations are part of a larger lawsuit filed last month, claiming Meta knowingly used features on Instagram and Facebook to entice kids onto the platforms.
It's one thing for them to have underage kids on their website under the age of 13 in violation of federal law, but once you are notified, you need to do something about it. And Meta seemed to look the other way.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Meta says the lawsuit mischaracterizes the company's work to make sure children have a safe experience online. Millions of people headed home Sunday after the long Thanksgiving weekend. In fact, the TSA says airline travel could break a record for the busiest travel day ever. TSA expects to screen nearly 3 million people at airports across the country. That's the most ever in a single day during a travel period that is already known to be busy. But storms could disrupt airline operations, with rain and snow playing a big role in cancellations and delays. The TSA urging travelers to arrive at the airport at least 2 hours before their scheduled departure time. That leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, did you travel out of town over the holiday weekend? Okay, let's take a look. 14% of you say yes, you did, and 86% of you say no, you did not. We want to keep hearing from y'all. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. 3 people are dead and 2 others are critically hurt after a shooting in Canada. Plus, we'll go to Washington for a closer look at the hostage deal between Israel and Hamas.
And coming up after the break, we'll take a look at that school bus forecast. We'll take a look at your allergy report, and we'll also take a look at those temperatures that are going to be rising coming this weekend. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're all waking up with us this morning, if you're just tuning in, look at a live look at Cuero, where it is quite chilly out there, quite chilly indeed. Starting out the day, about 46 is that morning temperature. Starting out your day, but only dew point of only 29. You got that humidity up to just 52%, but that's because we got that cold front that came through our area yesterday, bringing all that cold and dry air mass. So if you're going to send your kiddos off to school, it's going to be a little chilly. Like I said, 46 starting out the day. Chilly and mostly cloudy starting the day, so might want to pack them a jacket. But we're only going to be warming up to 58 today, so a little cool day today. So like I said, you might want to bring that jacket to school. And looking at your allergy report, that tree pollen is going to be low today because we had that cold front bringing all that tree pollen out of West Texas to our area. But that grass rugweed pollen is non-existent today, so you might not need to take an allergy pill today. But here in the Crossroads, going to be slowly warming up back into the 70s this weekend, coming back to that nice weather this weekend. But we will have some showers and thunderstorm opportunities coming on Thursday. Well, we'll take a look at that and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A battle for first place ends in a doink off the crossbar. Here's sports reporter Zach Brown.
Well, the Jaguars travel to Houston, first place in the division on the line, but Houston down 10 early. But C.J. Stroud doing what he's done all year, making magic happen, moving around, buying time, and to cap it off, hits his favorite weapon, Tank Dell, to make it a 10-7 ball game. Late in the fourth, deficit back to 10. Stroud again buying time. This time, it's Nico Collins. Now it's just a 3-point game. The Texans get one last gasp. 58 yards for the tie. It's online, but just short off the crossbar. Heartbreaker in Houston. The Jags' division lead back to 2 games. Well, some good news in Yoakum on Saturday. A Christmas basketball tournament helped get kids mini gifts and other presents for the holidays. They gave away bikes and all sorts of things and capped it off with a championship game. They also had a bake sale to help Yoakum star receiver Xavier Barnett cover traveling expenses because he was invited to the 2024 All-American Bowl. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Turning to the Middle East and to the latest on the Israel-Hamas hostage deal. Since the two sides agreed to a temporary pause in fighting, Hamas has released 58 hostages taken from Israel. And Israel has released 117 Palestinian women and teenagers held prisoner. The 4-day truce was set to expire today, but there's a chance the deal could be extended.
This morning, high hopes for the release of even more hostages taken from Israel. On Sunday, 17 more released, including 13 Israelis and 4 foreign nationals. New video showing a Red Cross motorcade through northern Gaza carrying the first American freed, 4-year-old dual citizen Abigail Moore Edan. Edan's parents were killed during the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. Her loved ones grateful to have her back.
I want to thank everybody for all your love and support.
Hamas releasing 58 hostages so far and filming women and children being ushered to Red Cross vans bound for Israel. 9-year-old Emily Hand reunited over the weekend with her father Thomas, who feared she was dead.
She's lost a lot of weight from her face and body, but generally doing better than we expected.
Nearly 200 hostages remain in Hamas custody. In the West Bank, crowds celebrating the release of more than 100 Palestinian women and teenage boys from Israeli jails. President Biden reiterating concern about aid for Gaza.
I've worked closely with President Sisi of Egypt, the Israeli government, King Abdullah of Jordan, and leaders throughout the region to expand the delivery of critical humanitarian assistance.
Meantime, Hamas informing mediators of its interest in extending the hostage swap deal. The White House open to talks.
The ball is in Hamas's court.
Israel's cabinet members also signaling their support. Israeli leaders already saying the pause could be extended by 1 day for every 10 hostages Hamas releases. An Israeli security source telling ABC News Israel's aim is to see as many hostages released as possible and saying its return to war will be immediate and ferocious. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
The time is now 6:46 on our Monday morning. Still to come, authorities have received no reports of injuries following an explosion at an ethanol plant in Iowa. Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Georgiana. We love you dearly. Slow down. You're growing so fast.
And Bill Nye, the science guy, mechanical engineer, science communicator, and TV host, turned 68 today. Happy birthday, Bill.
And happy 51st birthday to Antonio from all your friends and family.
And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More under their home, you see KAVU, to submit your birthday.
And happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. The time is now 6:46 on our Monday morning.
Yes, happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. Starting out with a cool morning because that cold front really came rolling through yesterday. But as we zoom out here and take a look at what's going on the northeast coast, this is actually that system that gave us that cold front just yesterday. But look at all that rain and snow that are actually affecting all millions of people up there in the northeast coast. Probably not let them get out for the traveling. But as you zoom back down here to our state, we see all that cloud cover kind of sitting over our area for the next couple of days because of that cold front that just came through. But in fact, speaking of that cold front, we got real cool temperatures today. Only to be warming up to the 50s today. That's our afternoon highs in the upper 50s. I'm going to drop it right back to the 40s overnight tonight. And then tomorrow is the first day of a slight warm track of some warm weather. Starting out in the 60s, the first day of the 60s tomorrow. We're going to be warming back up to the 70s this weekend. But if you take a look at that weather that happened yesterday, only got to a high of 62, and that was actually in the morning because we didn't even get much warmer than that in the afternoon with a low of 48 at night after that cold front really came running through. Well, we'll take a look at those temperatures coming this weekend, those warmer temperatures actually, and those rain chances coming on Thursday and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. 3 people are dead and 2 others are critically hurt after a shooting in Canada early Sunday morning. Police say they were called just after 4 a.m. for a report of multiple injuries. Authorities say a man and a woman were pronounced dead at the scene, and another 3 victims, 2 men and a woman, were rushed to the hospital in critical conditions. One of the men has since died from his injuries. The victims are still being identified. Authorities say no arrests are made at this time and that the investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information on the shooting is encouraged to contact authorities at 204-986-6508 or contact Crime Stoppers. Rescue efforts for Indian workers trapped in a collapsed tunnel are continuing. Rescuers were seen working on Sunday as vertical drilling began at the site of the collapsed tunnel to free 41 trapped workers. Government leaders say the work at the site could take around 100 hours. Evacuating the workers has taken longer than previously planned. It comes as workers encounter delays such as damage to the drilling machine. The 3-mile tunnel caved in on the men on November 12th. They're surviving on food they received through a lifeline pipe. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he will bring a national security package to the floor next week. Authorities have received no reports of injuries following an explosion at an ethanol plant in Iowa on Sunday. The explosion happened at a Shell ethanol plant in Shell Rock, Iowa. Authorities were on scene for over an hour and a half and confirmed that a small explosion happened. The cause of the explosion is unknown at this time. An investigation is underway. The Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport closed over the weekend due to ongoing snowfall. Travelers faced slowdown Sunday following Saturday's shutdown. The snowstorm brought nearly 8 inches of fresh snow to the area. Crews clearing the snow could not keep up with the downpour, causing delays and frustration for travelers. Some flights were delayed while others were canceled. The snow also caused unsafe conditions for landing. The airport reopened after 7 a.m. on Sunday. The Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he will bring a national security package to the floor next week that would provide aid to Israel and Ukraine. The package also may include money for border security. Schumer addressed these priorities in a letter to colleagues released Sunday. Even if the national security measure passes the Senate, it will likely face an uphill battle in the Republican-controlled House. Many conservative members have balked at providing more aid to Ukraine. Besides national security funding, Schumer also says he will bring up a resolution to temporarily change the Senate rules to allow members to bypass a current hold on military promotions. Jurors summoned for duty today at the Victoria County Courthouse. We've got a notice for you. You don't need to appear this morning. The court has canceled today's 8:30 a.m. trial and it won't be rescheduled. Victoria County Commissioners meet today at 10 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse. We have some items from the agenda. They'll receive notice of Operation Lone Star final grant budget adjustments, and they'll also consider approval of a customer agreement with BCS Security Systems for the Road and Bridge Precinct 4 building. Virtual meeting options are available if you cannot attend in person. This will be 20 years of the annual Tree of Angels ceremony honoring victims of violent crimes. It's going to be on a Sunday, December the 10th at 4 p.m. at the Bauer Community Center. It's at 2300 North Highway 35 in Port Lavaca. To have a picture of your loved one on display included in the victim's tribute PowerPoint presentation and a personalized candle, please call Mary Sue Woods at 361-550-7481. A reception and silent auction will follow after the ceremony. An effort to expand access to oil and gas production courses in high schools, 2 high schools in Texas and New Mexico is underway and they're led in large part by energy companies. The region's education leaders say the support helps both the schools and the industry. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's take a last look at our viewer poll. Okay, let's see. Did you travel out of town this holiday weekend? 20% of you said yes, I was right there with you. I traveled as well. And 80% of you say no, you stayed put. All right, well, let's take a look at our forecast with Parker.
Thanks, Carolina. And good morning, folks. If y'all just waking up or tuning in, it's quite a chilly morning starting out the day after that cold front came through yesterday. We're starting out at 47 degrees here in the Crossroads, but a dew point of 31, bringing the humidity to a 54%. So there's a little bit of a dry cool out there. As a matter of fact, we're actually pretty dry here in the studio as well. But like I said, it's going to be a cool day today, only warming up to the 50s, the upper 50s today, dropping right back into the 40s tonight. And then tomorrow's the first day of a sort of like a little warm trek we're going to have starting out in the 60s tomorrow. As you take a look at what's going on here in the country, we've got the high pressure system that just kind of reinforced all that cold air off of that low pressure that gave us that cold front yesterday. That's going to push off a little bit northwest, but we're going to have a low that's going to make landfall in California and head right our way and redeveloping on the Panhandle by Thursday, giving us a good shot at some showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. And if we take a look at the 70 here, we're going to slowly warm up to the 70s by this weekend, bringing back that nice weather by this weekend, but we still have the 60% chance of showers and thunderstorm on your Thursday.
I'm going to bundle up the next couple of days. Thank you so much, Parker.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and be sure to join us tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. And don't forget about that Bavarian cream pie.